I love my show. Anyway, I'm gonna turn that down. This feeling. Okay. There's still like residuals left over from yesterday. So happy New Year. Happy fucking New Year. Welcome to another episode of Dexter's Diary. I'm trying to like get the volume together. Welcome to another episode of Dexter's Diary. So I went out last night. I don't know what you guys did, but I wasn't staying in the house. And I had a really, really great time. I had a fantastic time. And I was kind of feeling myself. But I had a good time and I'm excited. I had a bit of a hangover today. But it's cool. I'm better. Got some electrolytes going. I'm good. But so I was kind of struggling today with what I really wanted to talk about. You know, all the planning for New Year's and really just getting into that. Caught up in the excitement of going to another year. Certain fundamentals kind of get lost. So I went out again. I went out last night and I met someone who seemed pretty cool, but you know, to be continued. Anyway, so he actually called me today and I was just like, okay. And we were talking. He seems like he had a good head on his shoulders. And so he asks me, what do I like to do for fun? So, you know, he tells me typical things that you like. And his follow-up question after that, which was what I wanted to talk about, was what makes you happy? And I mean, I've had people ask me what makes me happy. I've had men who are interested in me ask me what makes me happy. It's not usually in the first conversation though, which kind of like threw me for a little bit of a loop. I was like, oh, okay. You coming with it. That was really interesting. And but again, it kind of threw me for a loop. Like I know what makes me happy, but I don't know what makes me happy. You know, it's a little bit of a conundrum. Like, I know there are intangible things that make me happy, but what are the concrete things that make me happy? And I don't do New Year's resolutions. Anyone who knows me knows, like, that's just not my thing. But it did get me to thinking, like, that's one of the things I want to pursue for this year. Like, finding out what makes me happy. Like, concretely, what makes me happy? Like, what's my, like, good, hard go-tos? You know, like, and find them and define them and polish them and explore them. So that's one thing I want to talk about today. I think it's going to be important for this year. Not only about working hard and exploring passions and things like that. Those things are amazing and they need to be done. But don't forget to figure out what makes you happy. And really explore what makes you happy. Like, we get so caught up. I have a really strong work ethic. I have a really, really strong work. I've worked in many jobs where I don't take vacation, I don't take sick days, I don't, right? I do come in late though, but whatever. But I have a really strong work ethic, and I feel like I don't know really if it's so much my Caribbean background and things that I've seen my mother do or whatever, but it's something that I feel has been instilled in me. But I found that I was working these jobs. Number one, I was miserable. I was completely and utterly miserable. And I was exhausted. I wasn't taking vacations, so I wasn't going away. Or I would plan these elaborate vacations with my friends, but I would never show up. I would never go through with it because I'm like, damn, I can't take off work because my job needs me. Yeah, but I need to rest. I need to like live, and I missed out on so many opportunities, so many things that I really wanted to do and explore because I was working and I was completely unhappy. And so a lot of things happened in 2017 that changed my outlook on how I was living my life and the sacrifices that I was making for a job or jobs that I completely hated, that made me hate myself. Like, I was just miserable. I was a miserable sack of shit. Like, just unhappy. And like, I was making money, but where was it going? To Amazon? Because that's like, because sneakers make me happy and shoes make me happy. So I'd be online shopping just as a little token to myself to like keep going to the next day to get to work. And I just didn't want to live like that anymore. Well, let me rephrase that. Things happen, and then it changed my point of view on why I shouldn't continue on this course. And tidbit that so I left one job to go to another job, and to make more money. I was getting the hours, but I was still miserable. I still wasn't happy, and I was like, I need to fucking get fired from this job. I need to get fired. Because I didn't want to quit, right? Because I was kind of being a punk about it, and you know, there's other things attached to that, but I didn't want to quit. But I'm like, I was not doing anything. Like, I don't feel fulfilled, and so I got laid off this summer from the other job, and they called me and told me, and it wasn't anything about my performance or things like that. It just didn't pan out. And I called a few people. I called my sister, I called a friend of mine, and I was just chill. Like, it was just like a relief. Like, cool, I got laid off. I don't think I felt that much relief about getting let go from a job ever, right? It's usually like some panic attached. You think about rent and life and this, that, that, whatever. But I wasn't thinking about any of that. I was just so, it was like a weight had been lifted off me. Just a side note, part of the reason why I didn't want to quit was because I what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember, but my friend actually was working there before, and so she vouched for me. So I kind of came in on her name, and I didn't want to sully that. You know, when someone vouches for you and really sticks their neck out, you really don't. Some people don't care, but I value that. I don't want to be the one to be like, damn, like, I did you the solid, and then you just, like, screwed me over. So that was one of the main reasons. Like, I just didn't want to just walk out and be like, look, whatever. Because, like, she really was a pivotal part in getting everything started. You know, I did the interview and went through the whole thing. It wasn't like I just walked in and got hired. But, you know, she vouched for me, and so I didn't want to, like, mess that up. So when the layoff came, it was like, okay, great. Like, I get a 2-for-1 ticket. Like, I get out of here, and then I'm, like, she's not going to feel any kind of way because of whatever. So it was great. And I was like, cool, I get to take the whole summer off and just, like, regroup, relax, and just, like, really chill. And 2017 summer was actually pretty good for me, pretty rewarding for me. I learned a lot about myself. A lot of different things happened. I got more focused. I grew spiritually. I grew as a person, and I got to spend time with my friends. I got to go away. Like, just so many things happened out of something that could have been, like, really horrible, depending on how you looked at it. Like, even my sister was like, look, you sound like, like, I feel more shocked by it than you do. And I'm like, it's kind of that thing where, like, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And I was just, and that every time, like, every time the phone would ring, I'd be like, look, they calling to fire me. Like, I swear, I thunk this into existence because I wanted it so hard. Like, I just didn't want to. And it wasn't the location, it wasn't the people I worked with. It was just like, I was no longer happy in the line of work that I was doing. I no longer felt fulfilled. It just became a drag, and I just wanted to let it go. So I'm not going to harp on that, but that's just a tidbit of what 2017 was. And it wasn't something that I shared with a lot of people. For me, it was a personal journey, and I just wanted to see myself come out through the other end. I am working now. But it's my choice. It's something that I chose to do. It's in a particular way that I chose to go about it, so I have time to focus on different things in my life, and I'm not devoted to a job that I hate. And I feel good about it. Like I feel really good about it. So, just one of the things about change too. Like why I don't do New Year's resolutions. Like I really feel like it's just you just go in and you decide to change. Or my big perspective about it is, you either jump, and when you jump, you do it willingly, or you're pushed. There's no two ways about it. Like when you're ready, you just take a big breath and you jump in. But sometimes you're ready and you just don't have the courage to actually jump, and things will line up in a way where you're pushed. And you have to learn to fly on the way down. And I flew. I fucking flew. And I'm really happy about that. And I'm still flying. I'm still like with the paddle bell wings. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm excited for what the year brings. It's gonna be a lot of things, and I'll share them as they come about. But I'm just like, I'm a little bit afraid. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not. I'm psyched about it, but I think I'm so excited about it. It's bordering on anxiety and a little bit of fear, but I'm harnessing that, and I'm learning that it's not such a bad thing to be afraid. It just means that you want it that much, that it means so much to you, that you know what I mean. Like you're just like, don't fuck it up. So find your happy this year. You know what I mean? Like this. Okay, let me rephrase that. Discover what makes you happy. And look at things from a different perspective. I could have been devastated by being laid off. And the amount, we all know, and unemployment doesn't pay you that much. So, I was fortunate enough to have savings and have things line up in a way that I wasn't like out here scrambling. But everybody doesn't have that, and that's, look, you live in this world. It's completely understandable. But even if that wasn't the case, because it hasn't been that the case in other layoffs. Like I've been laid off before, and that hasn't been the case. The financial crisis and things happen in the market, and working for private businesses can be fickle. Things happen. Even if you're working for a big corporation, things happen. I'm just saying, like, just find a way to look at it where it's not so devastating. Find a way to absorb the blow and not have it like completely knock you out. You know what I mean? And if you're on your way and you're not there, and let's say you are working, you're working a job that you completely fucking hate, it's too many things going on to sit here and just be fucking hateful and be miserable. Like, it's too many things. It's like, find your outlet. Find what makes you happy. Discover. It's not so much finding. Discover. You want to just kind of like explore. Discover what your happy is, and maybe cut back a couple of hours on work and start contributing to what makes you feel better as a person. Like, at the end of the day, though, like, let me tell you, those vacation hours don't roll over more often than not. So then you're stuck at the end of the year scrambling, trying to take this time off, and it feels like something, but throughout the year you're burnt out and you're just a disgusting mess of a person. I talk really fast, so I'm just gonna try to like scale it back. Discover what makes you happy. Don't spend your whole life at something that makes you miserable, and then shit is just passing you by. Hone your craft. If it's art, do art. If it's singing, sing. Like, do something that makes you happy. It's just, nothing's promised. So do something for yourself that makes you happy, that has nothing to do with anyone else. And be happy and be good at it. You know what I mean? Like, and even if you're crappy at it, at least you're happy at being crappy. You know what I mean? At least you took that. You did it. And you'll feel better having done it than to not do it at all. I promise you that. So, excuse me. That's all I have for this is my time, and I'm ready to go because I got other things to do. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.